The Book of Etiquette and Ceremonial is a Chinese classic text about Zhou dynasty social behavior and ceremonial ritual as it was practiced and understood during the spring and autumn period. The Book of Etiquette and Ceremonial, along with the Rites of Zhou and the Book of Rites, formed the three rites which guided traditional Confucian understandings of propriety and behavior. Title: the modern Chinese title Yili is a compound of two words with many related meanings, leading to a variety of English translations including the Book of Etiquette and Ceremonial, Etiquette and Rites, the Ceremonies and Rites, Ceremonial and Rites, etc. Yi may mean rite proper, ceremony, demeanor, appearance, etiquette, rite, present, gift, or equipment. Li, meanwhile, may mean propriety, ceremony, rite, ritual, courtesy, etiquette, manners, or mores. The text was first called the Yili in the c. 80 CE Lunhang. Prior to that, it was called the Rites of the Shi, the Classic of Rites, the Old Classic of Rites, or simply the Rites. History. Traditional Chinese scholarship credited the text to the 11th century BCE Duke of Zhou. Sinologist William Boltz says this tradition is now generally recognized as untenable, but believes the extant Yili is a remnant of a larger corpus of similar ceremonial and ritual texts dating from pre-Han times, perhaps as early as the time of Confucius, but much of this was lost by Han, while some may have come to be preserved in the text known today as the. Many Chinese texts were irretrievably lost during Qin Shi Huang's burning of the books. The Book of Etiquette and Ceremonial survived in two versions: the old text, supposedly discovered in the walls of Confucius's former residence, and the new text. The 2nd century scholar Zhang Shan compiled an edition from both texts and wrote the first commentary. The 3rd century Wang Su wrote two commentaries and criticized Zhang, but Zhang's version became the basis for later editions and scholarship. It was among the works carved into the 837 CE Kai Cheng stone classics and was first printed from wood blocks between 932 and 953 CE. Three fragmentary manuscripts covering more than 7 chapters were discovered in 1st century Han tombs at Wu Wei in Gansu in 1959. The first Western editions of the Book of Etiquette and Ceremonial were translations into French by Charles-Joseph de Halas de Julin in 1890 and Séraphin Couvrat in 1916. John Steele first translated the full text into English in 1917. Content. After disparaging the repetitive and unnecessary detail in the text, John Steele described it as a picture of the public and private life, education, family interests, and workaday religion of an average man in the China of 3,000 years ago. The received text of the Yili contains 17 paean chapters, sections. Compared with the other ritual texts, the Etiquette and Ceremonial contains some highly detailed descriptions. Take for instance, this passage about the ceremony for the personator of the dead. Then the host descends and washes a goblet. The personator and the aide descend also, and the host, laying the cup in the basket, declines the honor. To this the personator makes a suitable reply. When the washing is finished, they salute one another, and the personator goes up, but not the aide. Then the host fills the goblet and pledges the personator. Standing, facing north to the east of the eastern pillar, he sits down, laying down the cup, bows the personator to the west of the western pillar, facing north, and bowing in return. Then the host sits, offers of the wine, and drinks. When he has finished off the cup, he bows the personator, bowing in return. He then descends and washes the goblet, the personator descending and declining the honor. The host lays the cup in the basket, and making a suitable reply, finishes the washing and goes up, the personator going up also. Then the host fills the goblet, the personator bowing and receiving it. The host returns to his place and bows in reply. Then the personator faces north, sits, and lays the goblet to the left of the relishes, the personator, aide, and host all going to the mats.